Hey guys, how's it going? This is the Stupendous Wave, and in this video we'll be talking about more Star Wars Episode 7. And before we begin, I would like to give a huge thanks to my buddy Anthony over at We Talk About Stuff. We were just talking Star Wars Episode 7 theories after, of course, the gigantic trailer that has come out, and he actually came up with this theory, and he said that it's possible that Max von Sydow might actually be playing Obi Wan in The Force Awakens. And at first I was a little bit weary about this new theory, but he kept on explaining it and he brought up some really great points. So I just want to say real quick, thank you, dude. I will link his channel in the description down below. We do podcasts all the time, so if you guys want to hear us talk about stuff, go ahead and check that out down below. So there was very early concept art of Max von Sydow's character that was supposedly leaked. Now, at no point has this concept art been confirmed, but it does show him in kind of like a robe, and he doesn't have a beard, and that's the big thing that a lot of people have said or used to discredit this theory. But like I said, this is very early on concept art. We've seen concept art of what a lot of people are claiming to be now Kylo Ren, and he looks extremely different. So maybe for a design of Obi-Wan, they initially went with no beard, and then they decided to the smart move, obviously, and go with the beard. So I just real quick wanted to touch on that before we begin. I don't think it's a major thing, and I think that it definitely will have changed a lot after once they're actually done with the film. So yeah, don't take the fact that we have seen someone that looks similar to him in concept art, discredit this theory right away. Take some time, kind of absorb the theory, and tell me what you think. So for starters, if you look at a picture of Max von Sydow right next to Alec Guinness, of course the original Obi-Wan actor, if you just picture Max von Sydow with a beard, they look very similar. In fact, a little bit, the resemblance is really uncanny. They look almost identical. It's really crazy to think, and I really hadn't looked at a picture of these two side by side until recently, and they really do look similar. And there have also been people that have talked about character leaks for Max von Sydow's character, or Sydow's character, and they do say that he is brandishing a beard in that, and it would make sense for Obi-Wan to return for Episode 7, especially with Luke, because there's every reason to believe that Luke is still able to be in contact with Obi-Wan, Yoda, and now Anakin Skywalker after Darth Vader had been redeemed. Even now, he should have even a stronger connection with these people since he has grown in power with the Force. So it's just very interesting. And if Max von Sydow has a small role in Episode 7 and a larger one in Episode 8, I think that would make more sense, and that would explain away why we haven't seen him in the trailers. I know a lot of people have speculated that he is Rey's mentor on Jakku, but I think that he could still play that mentor-like role to Rey in future movies, because if he is indeed Obi-Wan and Rey is being trained by Luke to become a Jedi, there's every reason to believe that she will eventually also be able to communicate with Obi-Wan, and that Obi-Wan will be a mentor to her also. And if this is opening up, this also means that we could potentially see Anakin Skywalker and Yoda return. But I think that if we were to see any Force Ghosts, especially in The Force Awakens, it would be Obi-Wan. That's the one we're most familiar with by far being a Force Ghost, and I think it would make the most sense. Now, at first, during our conversation, I said I think it would be a little bit jarring to see this, but now, if they used a tiny bit of CGI work, made him look a little bit more like Alec Guinness, I think it could definitely work. And I know Ewan McGregor is a great actor. I honestly think that he's the best part of the prequels, but I think it would make more sense if they got Max von Sydow in here, and it would allow them to do less work on him, less CGI work, trying to make Ewan McGregor look older. They could just have someone who's already older, someone who would be around Obi-Wan's age, and maybe add a little bit of CGI onto him instead of quite a bit and a lot of makeup, and that would definitely make it easier. And he might even look more like Alec Guinness. In fact, Max von Sydow, he does look a little bit more like Alec Guinness right now, him being more of an elderly gentleman than Ewan McGregor would if they just added makeup and prosthetics onto him. I think this is starting to make more and more sense. That's not to say I wouldn't like to see Ewan McGregor return. I definitely would. I would love to see a Kenobi movie with him trying to deal with the events of Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, and leading up to him being at peace with what has happened and the fact that Darth Vader is still alive and wreaking havoc. But that's another video for another day. So yeah, that's real quick just the theory that he actually came up with, and he gave me permission to make this video. And real quick, I just want to say thank you again. This theory is really starting to make more sense, and I absolutely love it. And thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like on this video. Tell me in the comments what you guys think about this. Do you guys think that he's Obi Wan? Do you think he's Boba Fett? Is he Kanan Jarrus? Who the heck is Max von Sydow playing? Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and have a great day.